Right, hi guys. So we're here on a beautiful sunny day, and this is just a bit of an impromptu video that we thought we'd do, didn't we? Because lovely Saskia has come to visit us, which is really, really exciting. She's come to see us here at HayPigs HQ. So we actually just were sat having a coffee and a drink and thought it would be nice to do some questions, because you were going to ask us some questions. Yes. Then we were like, why don't we just film it? So that's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Saskia doesn't live down the road. She's come all the way from Austria, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's very impressive. You came to visit London, didn't you?
I came to visit London, yes, but at the back of my head, I always wanted to visit the HQ where all the magic happens, and the pigs, of course.
And it's not so mystical after all, is it? It's just,
depends what you're looking for, isn't it?
Well, it's just our home and our garden and our guinea pigs, and here we are.
Just a garden.
Just a garden.
So
yeah.
Saskia made the mistake of trying to ask a question while we're having coffee, and I we could video this.
Yeah.
Then I don't have to answer the question multiple times.
Yeah.
We can have one comprehensive question time.
Yes, because it was a really good question, wasn't it?
And it was a really good question.
Yeah. I was initially asking what made you start a guinea pig merchandise business, because from what I gathered, that's pretty far from what you've been doing in your
other lives.
Yes,
that's very true. That's very true.
What are our other lives?
Right, our other lives.
So that's part of the question.
Yeah, that's quite a big part. Okay, so in my other life, I am a dance teacher and a music teacher. So I used to perform when I was a bit younger. I trained as a dancer and a singer. I did lots of shows.
Tell Saskia about your gig that you did for a few years.
My gig, I was in a tribute band. I used to do that for quite a while as Frida. So I had the platform boots and the wig and the whole lot. So that was great.
Very popular in Belgium.
We travelled all around the world. We went to lots of places in Europe, which was really good fun. So yes, and I did my stint performing, and then I've made the transition into being a teacher, which I really enjoy now. So I work with lots of children, teaching dancing. She's inside. She's in the house somewhere. Okay. I don't know. She'll be fine.
Just checking.
Hey, baby's gone missing. So that's my other life aside from HayPigs.
My other life,
Mr. Rik.
I dress up the weekends and call myself Mandy. No.
So no mascot story here? No mascot story, no games on the weekend, like sideline.
I trained as a professional designer, product designer, so I design merchandise, toys, games. What else?
Oh, all sorts of
things. Irons.
Can we expect a HayPigs game sometime in the future?
Oh, that'd be interesting, wouldn't it? I would love to.
Yeah.
And yeah, I did that. I stumbled into that. I had an artistic background and was doing a lot of illustration as a kid, and decided there was no money in illustration. I wish I'd stuck at it. Thought that computer-aided design was the way to go, and muddled my way through, and actually, accidentally fell from sort of one career scenario to another, and ended up designing promotional merchandise for the drinks industry. And then ended up designing merchandise in the film industry as well in London. So designing giveaways and things for film releases. And then I found working for other people very difficult.
And you were working in London and you didn't really enjoy that. So
London was hard work because I was travelling here and back every day, and for whatever reason, well, I know the reasons, but the commuters are pretty soulless. They're zombies. I don't know whether I should be looking at the camera or looking at you guys. How formal are we going?
I think we're just being quite informal.
Oh,
Don't
heck,
sit
here
on
we
Saskia's
go.
feet, please. There we go.
The formality is gone. Hey, baby's here. So, yes, to cut a long story short, I ended up working from home there in the garden office. we got these guinea pigs when we got married because Helen said I want guinea pigs.
Yeah, I was desperate.
Really?
Yeah.
We'd never had guinea pigs.
I think once we'd bought the house and we were married, and then it was like, what next? And I really wanted a pet because we'd not had a pet yet.
Okay.
And that seemed like a great place to start. And when I was younger, I'd had other small furries. I'd had hamster, I'd had rabbit, and done those kind of animals, and then was just really interested in guinea pigs. And then this thing popped up for is that the bear? Yeah. This thing popped up for a local rescue centre. So I was like, this is what I have to do. I have to get these guinea pigs from the rescue centre. So we got the 2 boys, didn't we?
2014.
And that sort of coincided with the time you were spending a lot of time working here at home and out in the garden and in the summer and watching the guinea pigs, and that's kind of started ticking.
Thanks, Scarlett. So I was designing sort of novelty toys and things for humans and running out of ideas. And then I was looking at these guinea pigs and going, well, they've not got a lot here, have they? And
we'd bought them everything that we kind of could, haven't we? We'd spoilt them and bought everything, and then we were looking for new things and there was nothing else to buy. And then having this connection with the rescue centre with Tracy at Blackwood Patch, you know, she was really the one who.
And Tracy said
to you,
"You design products. Why don't you design products for guinea pigs?" And I was like,
and you just kind of went,
"Why not?"
So it just all sort of
because she said
together, you know.
I remember her saying to me, she said, "You know, our guinea pig community will buy anything that has a guinea pig on. That is the only." Literally, they see something with a guinea pig and they'll buy it, and they don't care how much it costs. They just want it.
It's true, because we all do the same, don't we? We see something with a guinea pig on, you know, and it's a present, you know, or my mum will find something that's got guinea pigs on, and it'll be a present for me for Christmas or my birthday, or so. Actually, we started to realise that was indeed true.
But of course, the big challenge was, you know, why has no one done it? Probably because you off again, Scarlett. Okay. Probably because we all, you know, commercially, people have perhaps disrespected the size of the market and just gone, well, there's just not a large enough market for it. We have to do it for all small animals, which for us didn't work, because we were going into these pet shops and just seeing products that were trying to be generic for all small animals. And of course, a guinea pig, a gerbil, a rabbit, a hamster, a ferret, a mouse, they're all completely different. Not only in size, but in what they want and what their enrichment is. And I was looking at the guinea pigs, I was creating things every day to stimulate them just out of cardboard or whatever, just trying little things.
Fun things,
and looking at opportunities, and then connecting it with the idea of, well, you know, I've done ranges for the film industry. Wouldn't it be fun to have a range for small animals, because then it's collectible, which is commercially a smart move, because you get one item and you think, oh, I could add stuff to that collection. And
it's also looks very different from what is out there.
That's
you know,
true.
now.
Everything
So we
was
wanted
wooden
to
and
go
wicker and neutral.
let's bring something totally different. The colour, the excitement, because if you're drawing the humans in, then they're going to do the good things for their animals, you know. So that's kind of, you get their interest. The guinea pigs don't really care. It's blue and yellow and red and bright coloured, but the humans do, and you get something out of that. But the actual function of the toys, you know, or whatever it might be, is then really appropriate for the animals. So it's kind of a win-win, really. Yeah.
So, and how did you come up with the circus theme?
Circus theme was one theme of many
Oh.
that was floating around in my head. And there will be future themes. They will happen. You know, it's just about getting it commercially right. We have to sell some products before we're allowed. You know, we have sold some products.
Sold lots of products, yeah.
And we have got 2 new products coming.
Yeah.
But there was we don't have one out at the moment, but we used to have, or we still have, an octagonal run. So it pins together, and it has a nylon top on it. It's half mesh, half material.
You clipped on, didn't you?
And the problem with UK summertime is that you do get rain showers.
Yeah.
Today.
Not today.
No.
Today is
Beautiful
glorious.
today.
I don't know how this has happened.
Finished my playlist.
Yeah. And you'd have this panic every so often when a rain cloud came over.
Okay.
So we used to throw sheets over the top of this thing, and then what would happen is they'd dip like that.
Oh,
and all the rain would collect and start dripping through, and you think, oh heck. And the worst thing for guinea pigs is damp. They hate damp. Really not good for them. Yeah. So I used to get a little cane and pop it up in the middle to make it do this, so the rain would just run off it. Yeah. And it looked like a big top. I was like, this is such a good product. We should just have a big top for guinea pigs.
Yeah, and you did.
Well, we didn't. That's the irony. So the big top hasn't happened yet. It was too much of a risk financially, because it would have been a very expensive product. It may still happen at some point in the future, but actually, that
kind of probably snowballs the rest of the ideas, though, didn't it? You know, that
when we had the idea for the big top, it's like, well, we need all the bits that go with it.
Yeah.
And actually, it's the bits that have gone with it that have ended up being the core range.
Yeah.
And as I say, the big top could happen one day. It'd be a lot of fun to do, but we needed to launch a brand, and that was important. For this to work, what we did notice in the guinea pig community is it was a lot of people, what we call a cottage industry, where a lot of the things that were being made, like on Etsy and eBay and the likes, were people handcrafting them, you know. And they make some absolutely beautiful stuff, but you're always going to be limited with how fast you can sell, and how much you can economically get things right. So for us to scale it up, you know, we knew the important thing was to get the brand, create a brand rather than just a business, which allows us to spin off. And as you mentioned about the idea of having a game, well, when you've got a brand, you can have a game. You know, if you're a company that just makes guinea pig accessories, you're limited it, and that's part of the idea of how you can make this business work as a larger business. You know,
What was the hardest part about getting started?
Getting started's the easy part.
Yeah, I think, well, because
finance.
The starting bit is the ideas. Yeah, I was just going to say money.
The ideas is the easy bit. Yeah. And I've had thousands of ideas in my career for 14 years. And there's been ideas for other businesses. But the difference between a business actually happening or being a load of ideas ultimately comes down to a little bit of this. Yeah. These businesses that are created, you know, some people say, I started a business for £1,000. Well, it's probably a digital business, you know. In our case, there was physical product. Yeah. And guess what? If you want to make a range, and that's important to the launch, and you're launching with 6 products, well,
that's a lot of.
What's the minimum order quantity on these sort of things out of China? Well, 3,000. So 18,000 products were bought before we'd sold a single thing.
Oh my god.
That was scary, and relied on absolute faith that we were doing the right thing. And you have to be a bit crazy.
Yeah.
I don't think we have any problems with that. Hello, darling. But we knew our market exceptionally well. I also knew how to design a product, so I was confident that at the very least,
and how to present it.
Yeah, at the very least,
packaging, the branding, the whole lot.
You know, if we end up having to flog all these products, you know, for the price we bought them at, and call it a day, that was the ultimate like
worst case scenario.
Fail. You know, and you have to add all that up.
You do have to think about it. You do have to think, you know, what if this doesn't work? Because it's a big leap off the edge. But
so
it did work.
So to get finance, that's a very good question, because lots of people want to start a business and go, well, how do I actually finance it? I wrote a giant business plan based on the research I'd done. So I had to argue, what's the size of the guinea pig market? What's the scalability of this? Can we do it globally? How does that work? La-di-la-di-la. And then you've got to try and find somebody to buy into it. And guess what? No one wants to buy into it because they think you're crazy because you're saying, I want to make a guinea pig circus. Like, that market's too small. Why don't you make it for dogs? Because lots of people are doing dog stuff. Because in the UK, there's 30 new food brands every time we have a trade show.
Really? That many?
Yeah.
And how many of them survive in the long term? Not so many.
Yeah.
So, Santa dog, are you playing with stones again?
Yeah, she's just
So it was reading that business plan to my mum and dad one day, and they turned around and said, "Okay, we'll back it." And I was like, "Hang on a minute, where have you got that kind of money to back it?" He goes, "Oh, we had a few shares."
made some clever investment choices.
But I was blown away because for them to show that level of faith in what, and let us follow a dream like that when they could have some nice holidays, and so they did that, and that is the biggest. If you need a reason for doing something other than obviously the reason for the business, to keep going, to keep working hard, it's knowing that somebody's put that level of faith in what you're doing. So, it's the reason why I don't pay myself for HayPigs. It's my second job. My first job pays the mortgage on the house. The second job will not pay me, until I'm comfortable that we are, with building a business, all the money that comes in, we've made all, for the money that came in from the investment, we've made all that back, but it's all gone back into the business. Yeah. For new stock, for new development, for marketing. It's
an ever growing circle.
Yeah,
exactly. So
it has to be like that.
You need to see, the ultimate goal is to survive 5 years, because 80% of businesses don't make 5 years, and make a profitable business. Yeah.
So you just celebrated your second birthday.
Yeah.
Yes.
On Monday.
Second birthday of trading.
Trading.
And of course, there's a difference between trading and not trading. So HayPigs has probably existed for 3.5 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there was a development beforehand.
Development and all the products, testing and
to reflect
prototypes
on
and all of that kind of stuff. And stresses about colours and matching everything, and lots of that happening before even anyone knew what was going on. Apart from obviously us and perhaps immediate family and friends. But, yes, since selling products.
Are we still filming? I better just check.
Yes.
Yeah. Always a good thing to check.
Because we're having such a great chat here. It would be such a shame if it wasn't on there.
Or the lens caps on.
But yes, our second birthday, our birthday, which we indeed share with you.
Yeah.
Yes,
we share.
Happy birthday. And Leonardo da Vinci, was it?
Da Vinci. Yeah. Leonardo da Vinci.
Yeah. Really, on the 15th. Right.
Yep.
Awesome.
He had a few wacky ideas.
Yeah.
Yes.
He did all right.
He did all right, I thought.
Yeah.
He did all right. That Helix helicopter.
Or the first ever tank.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looked like
cylinder.
Cylinder. Kind of shit.
Yeah.
But it's fascinating that in those 2 years we've gone from you're crazy. That's how can there be a big enough market for a business? That's not how it works in the UK. Pet trade, blah blah blah. To people actually using the word, that's genius. You're like, all it is looking at a market that it clearly wants things, clearly is passionate about what they do and why they do it, and wants the best for their animals, which are their family members, and understanding that, don't disrespect a guinea pig because you think that it's not loved as much as a dog or a cat. Well, it is. It's as important to the people who share their lives with them. So, and a lot of that feedback came from Instagram and social media, where I think, Saskia, one of the early adopters of HayPigs and probably got into HayPigs before it was even the circus. I don't know how early it was.
I think it was pretty soon after you launched. I think
just after, was it?
I think so, and I remember I was so excited about the whole thing that I had to snap pictures of every little thing I got, because from the little tag that's designed like an entrance ticket to a circus to the products, and I did something I never do. I tagged you. I never do that. I never tag people. I don't use hashtags. I'm very bad at social media, but I just had to let you know that was pretty
awesome. And it's so lovely to hear people appreciating the detail, because that's something you're particularly a stickler for, like all of those details.
I still have the very first entrance ticket I got.
Do you know about the geeky little thing about that ticket and the number that's on the ticket?
No.
Even that's a little geek. So there are 2 tickets like that. There's one on the crash mat and there's one on the hut.
On the hut,
And if you look at the ticket number, turn it upside down, it says a word.
Okay. I have to check when I'm back home.
Don't let people do it. Don't tell them.
Well, you won't understand one.
Oh no.
One of them is a name of a city in the UK.
Okay.
Which happens to be the city that has the football team that I support. So there's a little secret nod to my football team.
Okay.
And the other one you'll see.
Okay.
It might not totally translate because the number 4, it's designed that you put it in the calculator, turn it upside down, you'll get it.
Okay. Okay.
That's the sort of thing you do when you're a designer. You look for opportunities to do geeky things, like create a product and get your initials on it somewhere.
Put your stamp on it somehow. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there's lots of little things. But as I was saying, we actually launched on Instagram in November and didn't launch the brand until April. So we already had over 1,000 followers of just the guinea pigs. But by having a follower, you get a window into what everyone else is doing, and you can observe how they are keeping the guinea pigs. And you see all sorts. And I think the mantra of HayPigs was just, look, we follow everyone. We don't judge people on how they keep their guinea pigs. We can set an example of how we do it. And I'm not saying it's always the best way, but we can set an example. But we're not going to tell people we shouldn't do this or shouldn't do that. We're just going to let them see how we do it and see if it influences them.
Yeah.
So, you see things sometimes. They've got a guinea pig in a fish tank. What? But hopefully the influence there is perhaps fish tank isn't suitable for a guinea pig.
At least it's not just the bars on the bottom. I've seen that.
Yeah, it's
upside down.
Yeah, standing on the bars isn't great because it can really give them the bumblefoot and thing, can't it, from sores. It might be practical with the idea that the poops can fall through, but it certainly isn't good for the guinea pig. But we saw lots of things kind of going wrong in the way guinea pigs were being looked at and sold at retail. Just naive. No one's doing it maliciously. Just naive, and unfortunately, if you don't set the right example early on, people just don't know.